Hi friends, hi family, I hope you are well. We meet again for a new video on your channel Barça Spotlight. Thank you to all those who have already subscribed and to all those who subscribe to our channel. If you like the content, please share it with your loved ones. Thank you for all the likes. Don't forget the notification bell to be notified when there is a new video online. Leave us a comment, we will be happy to respond. Share the channel if you like the content. So without further delay, let's go. An indestructible Barça advances to the final against Madrid thanks to performances from Pedri and Lamine. A goal from Ferran Torres following a superb pass from the winger secures the ticket to La Cartuja in another great match for the Blaugrana. Atlético, powerless in the first half, rebelled after the break, but Barça knew how to endure with less possession, but with the Canarian player cheered on even by the home crowd. This Barça is determined to give it its all, and on April 26th they will play the Copa del Rey against Madrid, without letting Atlético, 0-1, take their revenge in the Champions League. This is Hansi Flick's almost indestructible team. He confirmed this once again in a Metropolitano that finally succumbed to a Barça led by the leadership of Pedri and the genius of Lamine Yamal, Ferran Torres' assistant. His goal was enough for a victory that was as narrow as it was indisputable. The constant football atropellos of Barça against their rivals, Atlético included, gave Simeone a move. Lenglet and Samulino are lined up in the 2-4 league before the Cools benefiting from the Azpilicueta and Jimenez playing a 4-4-2 that has changed from one form to another during the first time. The Barça is the one who weighs beforehand with the cards that have arrived. Munera Montero wanted him gone. Back in the spotlight after Bellingham's fuck-off and what he endured from Real Madrid and its wider media circle, Martinez Munera's VAR urged him to review the tackle from behind with his boots on Rafinha. It was in the 6th minute. He gave him a yellow card. Although it could have happened much earlier with a shot from Lamine Yamal, the 0-1 for the Shark only came after almost half an hour of Barça recital, with Pedri and De Jong leading the way, Fermin and Rafinha tireless in their pressure, and Lamine Yamal unbalancing the ball, running diagonally and even stopping time, as he did with the assist for Ferran's goal. What a spectacle, and the grotesque and selfish debates about his goal-scoring records continue. Simeone was once again a victim of his more stingy genes. If he had pulled back in the 2nd minute of the Champions League match just after equalizing against Madrid, what would he have made of the 4-4 draw in the first leg against a Barça team that had already made him blush with possession? Atlético chose to chase him and close in like few times at the Metropolitano, surrounded by Cubarsí and Inigo Martinez 40 meters from Juan Musso. Even with his son Giuliano supporting Reinildo on the wing, Lamine mastered, if he hasn't already at other times in the last year, an innate ability to interpret football. Before the goal, Koundé almost finished with a high pass to the youngster. Remember Henry's first goal in the 6-2 win against Madrid with a lobbed pass from Messi? Well, that's it, a delight. What Barça did in a positional attack was perhaps the most difficult thing for the Flick team. It was never a horizontal Barça with stellar dominance, 69% possession in the first half, enhanced by consistently dangerous passes from Pedri and Lamine. One of these goals brought the score to 0-1 with Ferran's brilliant Pichichi cut into Koulé, enabled by Lamine. Atlético almost gave up after a brilliant move from Lamine, with Pedri backheeling too short just as Rafinha was facing him. And then Musso prevented the Brazilian from making it 0-2, also with a pass from Lamine. Almost without knowing how, the Colchoneros made it to the locker room alive. There, Cholo tightened the screws. Without a Champions League and almost without a La Liga, he owed one to the Metropolitano, revived by the counterattacks of Sorloth, Giuliano's replacement, despite his constant offside. Flick quickly came off the bench to protect himself, having learned the lesson of the red and white's attacks. Araujo for Cubarsí and Eric as a pivot for Fermin to advance De Jong into a false attacking midfield. Shortly before, Rafinha had had a chance against Musso, another masterpiece from Lamine, and Fermin had missed it miserably, alone in front of the goalkeeper. There was still a long way to go, and the battle was already being decided 80 meters out. Sorloth scored for offside in the 68th minute, but the home side's faith didn't waver against a Barça side with less possession but still close to Pedri, the lord and master, waiting to deliver the final blow. The Canarian was even cheered on by the entire squad after the small group of players had left. Historic. The Blaugrana suffered, with Araujo, a giant, clearing the ball, but Atlético's pride was not rewarded as the Blaugrana cheered on their team, already securing tickets to the first final in front of a home crowd since 2019. The 4-0 victory against Athletic in 2021 at La Cartuja took place behind closed doors due to the pandemic. On Saturday the 26th, Madrid awaits. A breathtaking final with a hat-trick on the cards. Ferran gives Barça the lead in the final. The Valencian striker, starting at number 9 in place of Lewandowski, took advantage of an assist from Lamine to finish magnificently past Musso, crossing the ball with his right foot. Ferran Torres is worth his weight in honor. The Valencian striker is at his peak and proved it once again by giving Barça the lead at the Metropolitano against Atlético Madrid and pushing his team a little closer to the final. The Valencian, who was Flick's big surprise in Barca's starting Telertuen, showed as quickly as he could that the German coach had made the right choice in Lewandowski. Ferran, Barca's top scorer in the Copa del Rey, was responsible for the 0-1 draw in the 27th minute of the match. The Foyos native, who had played well until then, creating good passes and 1-2s, had already had a chance before, but his goal came around the half-hour mark. Ferran took advantage of a pass from Lamine on the right, and, after entering the area, managed to cross the ball with his right foot and finish magnificently past goalkeeper Musso, silencing the Metropolitano and sending the 300 Barca fans gathered in the stands crazy. With this, Ferran has now scored 5 goals in the competition, equaling the total also scored by Real Madrid player Endrick, making them the joint top scorers in the KO tournament. Thanks for watching. Thanks also to those who took 2 seconds to give it a thumbs up, and the comment to reference it helps the channel enormously. Don't hesitate to subscribe and activate the bell. If you haven't already, thanks again, keep up the good work, and see you soon for a new video.